Alright, we are back up in here, definitely. Okay, so since yesterday we talked about Nostradamus, we had to bring him up. Grigori Rasputin. Ain't no joke. At this point, dude, he's not just a fucking mystic, he's immortal, like fucking Highlander and shit. Yeah, Grigori Rasputin from Russia. So, how he's immortal? Because this guy ain't no joke. And, listen up. Grigori Rasputin, a Russian mystic. He was a healer who helped people. But, dude, the government tried to fucking silence him. Like, bro, he was shot. First he was poisoned, then he was shot, and he was stabbed and drowned. And still, none of that shit does anything, bro. He still left. He was still living. It was like, what the fuck? I kind of find it crazy, too. Hold on. Anyways. But yeah, Grigori Rasputin. So let me just point something out that what my theory is. So how he's still alive from all that shit. So I asked, like, what if Highlander is right, bro? There are immortals out there, like people that can't die unless you fucking slice off their heads with a sword or katana. But yeah. It's still a mystery. It's still a mystery that needs to be discovered because, like, bro, he could be alive. Like I said, he could be walking on this earth. Similar to the likes of Jack the Ripper. Like, hey, he could be immortal, and somebody's not. Everything is not known about him because he's fucking unknown. Yeah, so let's get into it. Few figures in history as a shern in myth, such as in dark essence as Grigori Rasputin, known as the Mad Mech. Though he was never actually a monk. Huh, alright. He rose from a dirt poor shern present as the most powerful behind the scenes figure in Emperor Russia, contributed heavily to the downfall of the Roman dynasty. Oh my gosh. Rasputin, 1910, source world history. The Wandering Holy Man. Born in a remote Sicily village in 1869, Rasputin spent his youth as a bit of a rogue before undergoing a religious conversion in his late 20s. He left his family behind to become a servant, a wanderer holy man. Similar to Nostradamus. He didn't preach tradition church service. Instead, he developed a highly concentrated philosophy. He believed that one could only get closer to God through spiritual exercise. Well, that's kind of true, though. Which was best achieved by sinning deliberately, usually by heavily drinking and dibbling. Well, here's something that's kind of true. Sometimes, if you want to survive in this fucking dark-ass world, you have to sin to survive. Okay. And then, deeply reputation, despite his bizarre ideas, unwashed appearance, and hypocrite piercing gaze, he possessed under Christmas that faced people. Jeez. And fitting the royal palace, by 1905, Rasputin had made his way to the high society of St. Petersburg, where the Wiffley elite were obsessed with the occult. Soon, he was introduced to Nicholas II, Tesseri's Alexander. The royal couple had this desperate secret. Their only son to inherit to the throne, Alex, suffered from a gentle disorder that prevents blood from clogging. Even a mere bruise could cause the boy to bleed to death immediately. Oh my god. Okay. When Alexander suffered several bleeding crises, Rasputin was called to his bedside. Medically, after Rasputin prayed over the boy and told the parents to stop letting the doctors give him medical, which at the time included aspire, a blood training, the bleeding stopped to Tessely, Alexander. Rasputin wasn't a peasant, he was a prophet sent by God to save her son. That's kind of true because, dude, of what modern day hospitals gives these days, that shit ain't working, bro. People are still dying. The shadow ruler of Russia. Whoa. Alexander Prella's lifeline. Rasputin guided unpredicted influence over the emperor's family. When World War I broke out, Tirsan Nekla II left St. Petersburg to command the army at the front lines. He left Tirsan Alexander in charge of distant affairs. Alexander, of his defense of Rasputin, relied entirely of his adversary. Rasputin began to weaponize his influence. Whoa. The legendary murderer. By 1916, a group of royalist nobles led by Prince Flix Yolis decided that Rasputin had to die. Save the Mercury. The story of his assassinations on December 30th, 1916 has become the stuff of legend. For history still debates how much it was demonstrates by his killers. According to prisoners, poison cake, first shot, the escape, Finland bullets, reality check. So the poison cake, the rebel lured Rasputin to his place, feed him cake and wine, led with enough to kill a small army. Rasputin ate them eagerly, but showed absolutely no signs of being effective. The first shot, picking Yarbas draw a rova and shot Rasputin directly in the chest. Rasputin collapsed. The cousins prepared to dispose of the body. The escape. When Yarbas went back to check the body, Rasputin suddenly opened his terrifying eyes and grabbed the priest by the throat and whispered a curse and crawled up the stairs into the snowy courtyard to escape. Wow, a curse. Oh, shit. So Rasputin was kind of like a dark sorcerer. Like, some of his magic were like a bit dark. Like, bullets. Another cuspid shot the feeling of Rasputin multiple times in the back, finally in the forehead. They wrapped his body in cloth and dropped him through a hole in the frozen Mirnooka River. Reality check, though. While the legend says Rasputin finally died of drowning because water has found his lungs, modern evidence suggests that he likely died almost instantly from the third godship with ridiculous aftermatch. Rasputin physically wrote a prophecy later to the Tirsa shortly before he was killed, warning that if he were killed by nobles, the Tirsa's family would be murdered by the Russian people within 2 years. And he was right. Just 15 months after Rasputin's death, the Russian rebels overthrew the Tirsa, and the entire Romanov family was executed by Bexlik's squad, bringing a bloody end to the 3 centuries of the empire rule. Okay, so similar to Rasputin, similar to Nostradamus, both of them predicted futures. Now that shit's crazy. And also, this song is based on Rasputin. You know this song, the Rasputin, this song? And dude, back in my old YouTube channel, when I used to do like my original YouTube channel, dude, I was doing a live stream on Rasputin, right? And once I played this song, my shit got copyrighted, bro. Dude, for some fucking reason, I don't know why YouTube has to copyright the shit out of me once I play a song. Like, even if it's for like the whole music, like the whole entire song, instantly gets copyrighted. Like, copyrighted. No, like, that's a good song though. And also, since we're talking about Rasputin, I'm going to sound like the mythology guy over here, but dude, even though this history we're talking about, bro, if you guys watched as a childhood, watched the movie Anastasia, bro, they made fucking Rasputin this, this fucking dark sorcerer. Like, for example, hang on. Like, this movie, for example, I'm mentioning about. Like, they made Rasputin a fucking evil villain here. Like, that's completely inaccurate of what really happened back then. See, you might recognize that movie, but, like, what the hell? I don't know, because it's not even Disney, but they add a lot of Disney films to it, like a lot of singing that any Disney film would do. Or anyways, I guess that's enough for the day. Let me guys know what you think of what I missed, and subscribe and share. And until tomorrow.